welcome to Climate Change and Clean Energy Good News Show. My name is Andreas Corellis,
And I'm Julia Kim.
and we are from RE-volv. We decided to put together this series to showcase the good news that's happening in clean energy and climate change. So often we hear the very scary news about how climate change is advancing, and we want to take a moment to showcase that clean energy solutions are also advancing and that we're actually making a lot of progress, and it's important to take note of that and really kind of be excited about it. So we brought you a few stories today that we think are pretty noteworthy.
Yeah, so let's get started. So first we have Solar Roadways. I'm sure you guys have all heard about that. So Solar Roadways Incorporated is a startup based in Sandpoint, Idaho, that is developing solar-powered road panels to form a smart highway. Their technology combines a transparent driving surface with underlying solar cells, electronics, and sensors to act as a solar array programmable capability. Their Indiegogo campaign with a goal of 1 million has already raised over 2 million.
Excellent, Julia. The solar roadways is quite a potential game changer. Speaking of game changers, we also have the White House has created rules for the EPA to regulate greenhouse gas emissions from existing power plants. So at the direction of President Barack Obama, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency has released its highly anticipated Clean Power Plan proposal that cuts carbon pollution from existing power plants, which the agency describes as the single largest source of carbon pollution in the U.S. The Clean Power Plan seeks to do the following by 2030. Cut carbon emissions from the power sector by 30% nationwide below 2005 levels, cut particle pollution, nitrogen oxides, and sulfur dioxide by more than 25% as a co-benefit, shrink electricity bills roughly 8% by increasing energy efficiency and reducing demand in the electricity system.
Also, the White House recently released a report indicating that the benefits from EPA rules far outweigh the costs. Major rules issued by federal agencies over the past decade have estimated benefits between $217 billion and $863 billion per year, compared with estimated annual costs of between $57 and $84 billion.
That's quite a savings that we can get from this power plant.
It sure is, Andreas.
A PV market first. Residential solar in the U.S. is now outpacing commercial installations. Driven by strong year-over-year growth in the utility and residential markets, the United States installed 1,330 megawatts of solar photovoltaics in the first quarter of 2014, up 79% from Q1 2013. The U.S. installed 232 megawatts of residential PV, exceeding the commercial market's 225 megawatts for the first time in the history of this report.
We are seeing a lot of first-time history-breaking things, aren't we, in the solar industry?
Indeed.
Yes. And we do have a couple states that we want to highlight for their great work in the renewable energy sector. So we have Wisconsin Utilities generated more than 10% of the state's power from renewable sources in 2013, hitting the clean energy target 2 years before the deadline set by the state legislature. The report shows renewables comprised 10.17% of power generation last year, up from about 3.8% in 2006.
In addition to Wisconsin's great efforts, Pennsylvania Governor Corbett announced that the Pennsylvania Energy Development Authority will allocate $12.5 million in grants and loans for alternative and renewable energy projects. The governor said this funding is an opportunity for companies, municipalities, schools, and organizations to deploy alternative energy projects or construct new facilities related to alternative fuels.
All right, well, that's it for the news in the States. Let's now jump overseas. In Japan, in the aftermath of the Fukushima nuclear disaster, the region is now trying to turn the lost landscape into massive renewable energy fields. The prefecture has declared zero dependency on nuclear energy and created a goal to meet 100% of its electricity needs with renewable energy, such as solar, by 2040. The prefecture also believes that investing in renewable energy will spur economic development and create jobs to help its recovery and rebuilding efforts.
That's pretty impressive. I hope that Japan is able to meet its 2040 goals by going 100% renewables. To show how it's done, Germany recently created a new record with wind and solar supported by biomass and hydro, accounting for 74% of demand in the middle of the day. The combined contribution of renewables reached 43.5 gigawatts between noon and 1 p.m. So what we've seen here is that Germany is already able to meet 74% of the demand on a given day with renewable energy. This is a very exciting development, and hopefully this number will increase as more and more countries follow this pathway to clean energy. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope that you appreciated these clean energy and climate change positive news stories, and we look forward to seeing you again next month. Stay classy, clean energy supporters.
And thanks for stopping by.